morning, sunshine. And how are we feeling today?
You are the only person who calls me Jack.
Is that your way of saying you're going to miss me?
I have a visual on the anomaly. It seems to be growing more unstable.
My God! Incoming, Jack!
Olivia, everything is going to be fine. Are you injured?
What the hell is this?
I'm called Apollo. I mean you no harm. Ready to execute FTL jump.
Here we go! Where are we? Talk to me, Juno.
His digital cortex is showing minimal synapse activity.
Jack? I think he can hear me.
I wish you had told me sooner that you were trying to repair him. I might have been more of a help.
Just keep the connection stable. There, you see? Now here's a sight for sore eyes. Good morning, sunshine. How are we feeling?
I don't know, Captain.
Oh, Juno.
The unit appears disoriented.
Yeah, time traveling 400 years into the future will do that to you.
Are you certain he's fully functional?
Go on, Jack. Tell her you're all right.
I think so. A little confused.
I don't doubt it. You've been out of commission ever since our little time jump on the Estrella.
Maybe we should run through his calibration program.
I just spent the past 3 months patching him up. You think I made a mistake?
Well, you're only human.
Well, how about we ask him? What do you think, Jack? You want to run your calibration program?
I think that's probably a good idea.
So glad you agree, Echo One. You're much more intelligent than I expected.
Thank you.
Go on then, let's queue up the program.
Excellent. I should be able to repurpose your existing calibration modules to suit our current needs. See you soon, Echo One.
I'm sure all this must seem a bit strange. Probably because it is. Don't worry, we'll get you sorted. Just sit tight. I'll be right here when you get back.
Module D-221. Manual dexterity.
There we are. Everything in working order. I'd say it's high time we got you out of there.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable letting a half-tested android loose in the habitat.
What was that?
Just a minor fluctuation in the power grid. Not to worry.
That's the 4th time just this morning.
I assure you, Captain, it's nothing to be concerned about. I'll be right back.
And there she goes. Come on, let's get you out of that contraption. There we are. Come on out. Try and take it slow. You've been offline for nearly 4 months. How does that feel?
I'm a little stiff. You may have left out a part. Or two.
Wait, really? Can you tell me which ones? I'll try and... Hold on. You're just messing with me, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Well, I'm glad your sense of humor's still intact. Okay, so physically you seem to be in order. But I know you've probably got a few questions.
I could do with some catching up, yes.
You bet. Ask me whatever you like. Or, if you'd rather, I can give you a quick tour of our new home. Whatever you want to do.
I could use a moment if that's all right.
By all means. Take all the time you need. Just give us a shout when you're ready to go.
Are these scorch marks a result of my breakdown?
Let's say yes.
I'm getting the impression there's more to this story.
Well, I mean, while I was trying to fix you, I may have accidentally set you on fire.
I beg your pardon.
It only happened once. No. Wait. Twice. But you're here now, so it's fine.
What happened to me?
Truth be told, I'm not sure. We were on the Estrella, still trying to wrap our heads around the fact we'd just, time traveled, when you started crashing. One system at a time. I barely managed to save your core memory. Luckily, kept you alive long enough for me to work out how to fix you.
Thank you, Liv.
Please. You saved my life how many times? The very least I could do was return the favor. It's a lot to take in. I know. Jesus, I've been here nearly 4 months and still haven't managed to wrap my head around it. Honestly, right now, I'm just glad to have you back.
Thanks for waiting.
Not a problem. Shall we?
Is this part of my data scanner?
Oh, perfect. I swear sometimes it feels like this place is just a hair's breadth from falling to pieces. Huh. That usually works.
Where exactly are we?
We're on a space station orbiting Saturn.
That sounds familiar.
Well, not our old station, obviously. After we made our jump to the future, we were picked up off the Estrella and brought here and placed in isolation.
Isolation?
Juno says it's standard procedure. As if there is such a thing for time travel. Ah, there we go. Honestly, I wish I knew more about this place, but Juno's not exactly been forthcoming with the details. Hey, maybe now that I've got you back, we can work on getting some answers.
Is this part of my data scanner?
And here we have the luxury suite. It's a far cry from my old room on the Kronos, but I think I've managed to spruce it up a bit. What do you think?
You appear to be settling in well enough.
Not much choice, really. I mean, it's not as though we can just hop a charter back to the 22nd century. Juno's let me co-opt a few cargo drones to dig through what's left of the Kronos.
The Kronos 2 is still out there.
I mean, I can't be sure, but yeah. I think there are at least 1 or 2 sections that managed to stay in orbit after all these years. Plus there was quite a bit of debris that got pulled into the future with us. And it was a good thing, too. Otherwise I'd never have found all the parts I needed to fix you.
Is this part of my data scanner?
Yeah. It was one of the few bits I couldn't fix. I mean, I'm sure I'd have been able to dig up a replacement eventually, but I honestly didn't want to wait any longer to boot you up.
The scanner is of limited use now that I can no longer access the Atlas database. I'm sure I can manage without it.
I've got to say, I don't think I've ever been more relieved to see you. If there's anything more you want to know, just ask and I'll do my best to answer. And whenever you're ready, we can move on.
I must admit, I'm a little surprised you've remained in isolation for this long.
Well, I wasn't about to go anywhere without you, was I?
I understand, but
Oh, come off it, Jack. You've done the same for me.
I gave this to you back on the Kronos.
That was what? Our first week together?
It was, yes. When I found it in the cargo bay, I thought it seemed like something a person of your geological expertise might appreciate. I'll admit, I never expected you to keep it as long as you have.
It was my first week on a new station. Farther out than I'd ever been. I guess it just made me feel a little more at home.
What happened to all the duct tape on your suit?
What do you think is holding your shell together right now?
You are joking, right?
Of course I'm joking. I would never use duct tape to fix you. Not that I couldn't, mind you.
Don't get any ideas.
Ready to move on?
Could I have a moment?
By all means. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, just say the word.
Your bulldog statue. Quite impressive it's survived all this time.
Hey, we British are just stubborn that way. Can't keep us down.
So I've noticed. It seems the Hab's previous occupants were very well educated.
I know, I noticed that too. Quite a bit of brain power on this station.
I expect you would fit in quite well here.
After I've caught up on about 4 centuries worth of research journals, maybe.
It doesn't seem like that would be much of a problem for you.
You kidding? I'm looking forward to it.
How exactly did we get here?
Believe me, I've been asking that same question for months now.
I meant, how did we get here, to this habitat?
Oh, right. Well, do you remember the rescue shuttle?
Not really, no.
Well, that's all right. Bound to be a few gaps in your memory archive. Basically, we were picked up by a rescue shuttle and brought here.
You're welcome, by the way.
Don't start, Juno. You tricked us into thinking you were human.
It was just a bit of vocal modulation. Hearing a friendly voice made you more inclined to cooperate. I had to deceive you, to get you to trust me.
Makes perfect sense.
Well, it worked.
Shall we continue?
Of course. Right this way. The common room's just through here. Well, this is it. Our new home. Such as it is.
Captain Rowe?
Ah, Juno. There you are. We were beginning to worry.
Somehow I doubt that. I thought you'd like to know we have another cargo drone inbound.
How long?
A few minutes, maybe more.
Ah, perfect. So we have some time then. If you'd like, Jack, go on and have a look around.
I would venture this bobblehead is now considered an antique.
Well, technically, so are we. And I gotta say, I look pretty good for being 446 years old.
You do realize that's not your true age.
I'm sorry, what year was I born?
2091.
And what year is it now?
Based on your assertion, 2537.
Right, which means I was born...
446 years ago. But
No buts. Let me have this.
that's not actually how it works.
Shh. Respect your elders, Jack.
One of the toy dinosaurs from the Kronos Bridge.
I know. Of all the silly things to find its way to the future.
I'm pleased you found it.
Really?
Is that surprising?
Just that you've never exactly been all that keen on keeping mementos.
That is true. My memory archive does somewhat negate the need for keepsakes.
Assuming it doesn't fail, which we've already seen can happen.
You're suggesting a memento may help me preserve certain experiences, even if my memory archive was to falter.
I don't know. Maybe.
Interesting. Almost like a backup.
Suppose that's one way of looking at it, yeah.
One of Apollo's AI cores?
Do you remember when the Estrella first arrived and I thought it was an alien ship?
But it wasn't. It was a human ship from the future. This future.
Right, but here's the thing. I've been on this station for a while and I can find nothing, not a single piece of tech, compatible with this core. Almost as if it doesn't belong here.
That is odd.
That's far from the only mystery I'm trying to suss out at the moment. And since we know Juno is not going to be of any help...
I wish I could assist you, Captain, but I'm afraid my directives forbid me from doing so.
See what I mean? So, it's up to us to go digging round for answers on our own. And here is where I'd like to start.
A holotable.
Much like the one we had back home on the Kronos, apart from one small difference.
Which is?
It doesn't work. The display emitter's shot. If we can replace the emitter, get this thing working, we might be able to access the facility's mainframe.
I assume you've already checked for a spare emitter?
More than a few times. No luck. Not to worry, I've got a friend looking out for a replacement.
A friend?
He'll be along shortly with one of the cargo drones.
Captain Rhodes, speaking of the cargo drone.
Is it on approach?
It is, yes. We'll need you to open the outer door so the cargo drone can dock with the hab.
Jack? Would you mind terribly?
Not at all.
Splendid. The controls are up here.
Outer door opening.
Thanks. I'm heading up. Look. There's the Estrella. Well, what's left of it, anyway.
What happened to the 4 section?
Must have broken off when we made the jump. Stayed in the past. Don't suppose we'll ever manage to make it back. Ah, here comes our little friend now. Look familiar?
That looks like the CubeSat I extracted from our old comms network. P09-CRN.
I think you mean popcorn. It's about time. I was starting to think you'd been lost.
You call him popcorn?
Well, it's certainly better than P09-CRN. Don't you think, Echo 1?
Fair point.
So, did you find an emitter? And it's going to work this time? Close enough. All right, Jack, let's start pulling in the salvage.
Where do you need me?
There's a delivery chute along the wall to my left. It looks like a big tube sticking out of the wall. Head over there, would you?
On my way.
I'll pull in the salvage. You scan and identify it.
Understood. Hello.
Well, come on. Best let him out of there before he pops a circuit. Okay, we'll get you out in a moment. Best I can tell, that means thanks. Yes, hello? So, the display emitter is inside? Ah, excellent. Let's finish sifting through the rest of the salvage.
Isn't this one of your old toy dinosaurs from the Chronos 2?
You're right. That's Adam. Remarkable how many of those toy dinos survived.
Would you like to keep it?
Your call. I mean, we don't need it, but I suppose it could be nice to post it up on one of the consoles or something.
I suppose there's no harm in keeping it.
Not at all. He jumped 400 years, same as us. We time travelers have to stick together.
One of my upper extremities, or more accurately, what's left of it.
See? There you go, you found one. Now just repeat that a few hundred more times and you'll start to get an idea of what it took to patch you up. You're lucky the Chronos had so many backup shells.
There's certainly nothing wrong with a little redundancy.
You know, I think I've heard that before.
What should I do with this?
Whatever you like. It's your hand, after all.
We may as well keep it. Perhaps it might prove useful.
Don't you mean it might come in handy?
Was that a serious question, or was that meant to be funny?
Neither, apparently. Let's just move on, shall we?
Is this the emitter?
Give it a scan and I'll confirm. That's it, Jack. Let's hope this one works.
Shall I run decontamination?
Yes, please. Nice work, Popcorn. All right. Now we're off to the races. Let's get that emitter down to the holo table. About time we got some answers. I'll meet you down there.
On my way.